In today's video, I will be taking a look at my updated 2022 Senate prediction as of today, October 11th of 2022. That's right, we're officially under 4 weeks away from the midterms. This will be my second to last Senate prediction, probably. Now let's get right into today's video. Now starting with the safe states for the Democratic Party, of course, California, Hawaii, the state of Oregon, the state of Illinois, the state of New York, Connecticut, Vermont, and Maryland being safe states for the Democratic Party. Republicans will carry Idaho, Utah, the two Dakotas, Kansas, Oklahoma with its special election, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Kentucky, Indiana, Missouri, South Carolina, the state of Iowa with the very favorable Republican incumbent there, Chuck Grassley, and Alaska. There are two Republicans running, so Republicans will win regardless. That will be 45 for the Republicans and 44 for the Democrats. Now we can go into the likely states. On the Democratic side, there are two states in the likely column. The state of Washington with Patty Murray, they're not much of a surprise. She's probably not going to win by more than 15, but she's probably not going to dip below a 5% margin. The state of Colorado there as well, it is a state that Democrats traditionally win by about 10% or so in the past couple of elections in the Senate level, in the governor's level, and in the presidential level. I expect the Democrat there, Michael Bennet, to win by about 7 percentage points, which is a slight underperformance compared to other Democrats' performances, but it's still a solid performance in Colorado. Now let's go to the likely Republican states, and I think there are 4 states which will boost the Republicans up to 49. The first state with Marco Rubio in the state of Florida, likely to win his seat in that state. North Carolina as well, a likely seat for the Republican Party. I do believe that Ted Budd is a pretty good candidate. He should be able to win against Cherry Beasley, a court justice in the state of North Carolina, but I don't think that's going to really help her to win in that race. Ohio, I think that J.D. Vance's debate performance wasn't that good, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, Ohio is a fast-trending Republican state that will become a Republican stronghold in like 5 years or so. In fact, it currently already is a state that Democrats have a very, very slim chance of winning in. Ohio should go red in 2022, and I think in the near future, about 20 years or so, it should consistently go red unless something drastic happens. Wisconsin as well, Ron Johnson, a trending Republican state. He was not expected to win twice in 2010. Russ Feingold, the incumbent, was expected to win. He did not in 2016. Russ Feingold, again, expected to win. New York Times actually had this as a lean Democrat, and the only seat that Democrats were expected to win narrowly in their column, he ended up losing by another 3%. This time, I think that the Democrat there, Mandela Barstow, outraising Ron Johnson, it should not be enough. It probably won't be enough for him to win that race. Now we have 4 very competitive seats remaining. 5 very competitive seats remaining. These will all be within a 5% margin, in my opinion. Now going first for the lean Democratic states, there's really just one, being the state of New Hampshire. Maggie Hassan, I think that will win in New Hampshire. Now going to the final 4 states here, I think one of them I have as lean Republican, being the state of Nevada. Catherine Cortez Masto, I don't think is at this point on track to win. Adam Laxalt is a pretty decent Republican candidate. He is able to appeal to more traditional, more moderate Republicans, and those Republicans who heavily support Donald Trump. I think that he's a good mix for Nevada. He should be able to win his election. Now we have 3 seats here, and 2 of them are going to be tilt Republican. One of them is going to be tilt Democrat. Now, the first tilt Republican seat is in Arizona, and this shouldn't be I mean, this is quite surprising if you're the first time to this channel, but I think that Mark Kelly, I don't think he's going to win. He isn't polling that well comparatively to 2020. He's leading in the polls by like 4%. While that is pretty good, he underperformed the polls by 6% in 2020, and I think that he'll underperform by another 4 or 5 points, ultimately resulting in a very narrow loss in the state, probably in this election cycle. So that's for the state of Arizona. Now for the final two states, one of them is till D, one of them is till R. I think most of you would think that I would put Georgia until R and Pennsylvania is till D. However, I'm going to put Pennsylvania as till R, and Democrats will, in my opinion, hold on to the state of Georgia. Pennsylvania, really, I just don't think that, John Fetterman is really going to win. I feel like John Fetterman is quite extreme. He probably won't do that well in Pittsburgh. He probably will get high turnout in Philadelphia, but I think some of the suburbs he won't do as well in, and thus resulting in a narrow loss in Pennsylvania. However, I think that Herschel Walker simply isn't the most appealing candidate in the state of Georgia. I don't think that he can get a lot of the suburban vote, which is crucial in Georgia. For both parties, the suburban vote, are Democrats able to win the suburbs by more than 15, or are Republicans able to shrink the margin to about 7 or 8, some of those Clinton margins? And I don't think Herschel Walker is fitting for that position, so I'm going to put that in the till Democratic column, especially considering his current scandal, which is really a October surprise about his wife getting an abortion. That is really just an October surprise. It was probably planted by the Democrats to really have it spread out at this moment in time, but it won't matter. This will not play very well for Herschel Walker. Mehmet Oz did have a slight scandal with a alleged Democrats alleging that he killed hundreds of rats in the experiment, but of course that is pretty much baseless. And yeah, so thanks you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.